Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into a source all about summer travel and this interesting digital tool that promises to completely change how you connect when you're, far from home.
That's right. We're looking at a guide that unpacks eSIMs, essentially explaining what they are, and how travelers could potentially use them to sidestep some major connectivity headaches we all know, like those nasty roaming fees,
Oh, yeah.
and the endless hunt for reliable Wi-Fi.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is to pull out the absolute core knowledge for you as you think about your upcoming trips. Like, what's the common problem this solves? How does it actually work in practice based on this source? And what are the most useful details and specifics it highlighted? Okay, let's unpack this.
So think about it. We've probably all been there, right? You land in a new country, step off the plane, and suddenly, silence. Your phone has no data.
Ugh, yeah, the worst.
You desperately need to check maps to find your way, maybe book a taxi, or just let family know you've arrived, and you're completely stuck without connectivity. Or you risk turning on data and just, dreading the bill when you get home.
Absolutely. The source even kicks off with this perfect, really relatable anecdote about being completely stranded in Rome without data, couldn't even get online to book a ride. It just nails that classic traveler moment of helplessness.
It really does. And the modern alternative this source zeroes in on is the eSIM. It's presented as the evolution of the physical SIM card, entirely digital.
Wait, so you don't have to mess around with that tiny little tray and swap out physical chips anymore. You just add it digitally.
Precisely. The process this guide lays out seems surprisingly simple. You go online, pick your destination and the data plan you need, and they instantly send you a QR code.
Okay, and you just scan that code with your phone, like with the camera.
That's it. You scan the QR code, and based on what we found, your data activates almost instantly. And what's fascinating here, a key benefit mentioned, you keep your original phone number active on its primary line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can still receive calls and texts on your usual number while using the eSIM just for data.
Okay, that's actually a huge plus. So connecting the dots from what the source highlights, the big wins seem to be ditching those kind of terrifying roaming fee surprises.
Definitely.
Avoiding the hassle of finding and swapping physical SIM cards in a foreign country.
Right.
And breaking free from constantly chasing down Wi-Fi hotspots.
Exactly. It extracts so much of the friction from staying connected. And this digital approach, it offers pretty expansive coverage. The source notes connectivity in over 200 countries.
Wow. Okay. That really does simplify the logistics. And it even gets specific about popular spots for summer 2025, right?
Yes, yeah. It called out destinations like the USA, France, Thailand, Mexico, and the UK, and it gave a really concrete example of the cost. Finding plans for 1 gigabit of data in those specific locations for just $3.90.
$3.90 for a gigabyte.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. That's less than a decent cup of coffee these days.
Right. The source definitely seemed to emphasize how competitive that pricing can be compared to traditional roaming or, the effort of finding local options last minute.
Yeah, you really highlighted that cost comparison. What about common questions like tethering?
Good question. The source also tackled things like that. It confirms that if your phone supports it, you can use the eSIM data to create a hotspot, just like a regular mobile plan.
Okay, useful. And the reassurance that it's all prepaid is massive too, I bet.
Totally. No contracts to worry about, and critically, no surprise roaming bills landing in your inbox weeks after you get home. And just as information from its research, the source even mentioned a specific website, eSIMo.io, as a place where you can get these services. And it included a discount code, BWaySIM, just as something it found while looking into this.
Got it. So pulling it all together from this source, the takeaway for your next summer trip is pretty compelling. There's a digital solution out there to keep you connected almost anywhere, cutting down on stress and cost compared to older methods.
Exactly. It's all about making the process smoother, more predictable. What's fascinating here is how a small, seemingly simple digital step like using an eSIM can really significantly impact your travel experience, especially, your budget and your peace of mind.
Yeah, it definitely raises an important question for you as you plan. How much less stress and how many fewer unexpected costs could be part of your next adventure if sorting out connectivity is as simple as scanning a QR code before you even leave? Something to think about.